4 squad. Sometimes we like to be fashionably late to our own show. That's cool with y'all, right?
Yeah, always. Always.
Dave with the cream, Tay with the K, Barry looking fly as always.
As always. You look good too.
I love my squad.
You got the fall look
I'm
today.
willing it to be fall. It is October. Lots of fun stuff going on here. But first of all, we're going to get into our teacher mode because we're a month into the season and we're getting these out again because we got to give out some report cards. Say it with me. Where's your energy?
I'm sorry. Report card time was always a bad time for me. So it kind of gives me anxiety. No.
All right, first up, Tay, you are up and you're grading Kellen Moore's passing offense behind Dak Prescott.
Yes, this was fairly easy. Went ahead and gave them an A, and that is because they are on a historical trend so far. 1,134 yards of passing offense, 9 total touchdowns. That is in stark contrast to where they were last year when they only had 666 yards so far.
So you don't dock them any points for the Saints game?
Now, I do not, David, because the majority is in their favor for the 4 games.
Okay.
You have to know that I'm grading them on the 4 games.
You're grading them on a scale of how bad they looked through the first 4 games last year.
Yes.
I'm here for it.
In stark contrast there.
I like it.
So I've got Ezekiel Elliott, and the way I've just been thinking about how I'm going to do this. So his rookie year, 15 touchdowns. Last year he had 6. This year so far he has 3. He's averaging 4 yards a pop, except for last game. That was around 2. Is this fair? I mean, I've just seen like so many good things from him so far. It's hard to give him an A, but he's like as close as you can be. If you see the fine print says
that's like the cutest report card I've ever seen in my
mom
life.
was a teacher. It's in me a little bit. So B+ for Ezekiel Elliott. Barry, you've got obviously the secondary.
What a surprise. But I'm going to have to give this secondary a very respectable and a very solid B+.
Nice. I'm with it.
I like it so far. I mean, I think it's very respectable. They only allowed 1 100-yard receiver so far, and that was a tight end from New York Giants. They've only had 1 interception, but they've had the opportunity to get 2 pick sixes, and with Cheeto getting his first one this past week, hopefully they start to come in bunches. But what's impressed me the most about this secondary is their tackling ability. I feel like they've been tackling just as good and just as physical as any other unit on this defense. So hopefully they can continue that for the rest of the year.
I was gonna give the front 7 a B, but
What on earth?
I changed my mind and I'm gonna give him a Q, which is for Robert Quinn. That's not a grade.
I thought I was like questionable.
It's not a grade.
Going on?
It's not a grade, but that's the story of the season so far for the front 7, right? And that's not a knock on anybody else. Jalen Smith, Leighton Vander Esch, they've been fine. They've been solid. They played their best game against the Saints easily. But Robert Quinn in these last 2 weeks, 3 sacks. He's got a third of the sack total for the season. They've got 10 so far. DeMarcus Lawrence playing a lot better than Twitter trolls want to give him credit for. I'm just going to throw that out there. He's got 10 splash plays through 4 weeks. They get a B in reality, but I'm just so excited about Robert Quinn. I'm throwing him a Q.
I like it.
It's not a grade.
That,
I don't
Dave.
care. I don't care. Thank you.
Everyone is grading the head coach, Jason Garrett. Now, when you think about Coach Garrett, I think about through my 6 years here, there's been a lot of really tight games throughout his career. The Cowboys going neck and neck, it all coming down to Dan Bailey. Through the first 4 games, besides last week, it's been blowout games. So I kind of like what I've seen. I love that he's given this thing to Kellen Moore and trusted that to him. And I haven't seen anything to show me otherwise that I don't like.
That's very true, Lindsay. That's why I'm going to go ahead and give him an A-. The only reason the minus is there because you have to count last week. That is their first L. But yes, through the first 3 weeks, Coach Garrett was solid. They were going for it on 4th and 1, something we did not see last year. Yes, you brought up Kellen Moore and the freedom that he has given him. He's also given that freedom to Chris Richard, and he's made those coaches comfortable on the defensive side. So yes, Coach Garrett, you get an A-. The minus is simply for that Saints loss.
Okay, I respect it. I'm going to go ahead and give Coach Garrett a solid A. Give him a solid A. I mean, contrary to belief, I believe he's always been a great motivator of men. They're 3-1 right now, first in the division, a game up. He's been a solid coach so far. I feel like, they took the L last week, but he's been solid for me.
You played for Coach Garrett. Like, of all the misconceptions out there about him, did you love playing for him?
I've always loved playing for Coach Garrett. I mean, he's always shown his players respect, and he's gotten the most out of his players, I believe. So, for me, he's always been a good coach.
I would have loved to have been in those captain meetings and just heard what you guys were talking about in the captain meetings.
I agree with everything y'all just said. I'm throwing out a B. I guess I'm a tough grader. B plus, really. I guess I'm a tough grader. They were supposed to win these 3 games. The first 3, Giants, Redskins, Dolphins. They're bad teams. We keep saying it. Docking them a little bit because it was their first true test. And it's not just that they lost. I don't care that they lost. The offense looked so blah. And Kellen Moore gets plenty of, you throw him in there, criticize him as much as you want. But first true test, 10 points, docking them to a B plus. Still really good. 3-1 through a quarter of the season. Nothing to be ashamed about.
Let's just keep the whiteboards out. I want to play fill in the blank. Let's do that. I like them out.
Okay.
The first one I'm going to throw to you guys is blank has been the most surprising part from around the NFL this season. This is like really hard.
This one was easy for me.
Multiple choice.
Oh,
Okay.
damn it, Taylor.
for this
That was
one.
mine. Oh, I'm
Sorry
so-
about you,
There's
Dave.
plenty of other options.
No, I'm-
Yes, I went
Okay.
with the 49ers simply because you're looking at the 3 undefeateds that are left, and that is the 49ers in the NFC West. Yes, they were on a bye last week, and they have to play Monday Night Football this week against the Browns that you're seeing right there. But Jimmy G has made all the difference for this team. They were 4-12 last year. So 49ers, you get my nod.
That definitely shocked me, I have to say. Barry?
I'm going to go with my surprise so far this year has been the missing signal callers, the missing franchise quarterbacks.
It has been wild.
The list has gone long. You have Ben Roethlisberger, you got Sam Darnold, you got Andrew Luck retiring. The list goes on. In my playing days, I've never been a part of something where this many franchise quarterbacks have been out for the beginning of the season, missing chunks of time. So that was pretty surprising to your boy.
Obviously, the 49ers is a great answer, Taylor, but how about, and this is the French pronunciation, this is the right way to say this, is Detroit. The Detroit Lions made it all the way to week 4 before they lost their first game.
Into you today.
It's French. It's right. It's the proper. I can't even keep a straight face with that. They played the Chiefs really well. Like, moral victories in the NFL don't make sense, but they played the Chiefs really well. They tied Arizona in ugly fashion in the first week of the season. You're sitting there like, oh man, the Lions might be terrible, and turns out they're pretty good. So, way to go, Detroit.
Next one for you. Blank has been the best fill-in quarterback, kind of bouncing off what Barry said.
Yeah,
Hopefully I'm not stealing Dave's again, but I'm going to go with Kyle Allen.
that's a good one.
This one. He's got 2 straight dubs filling in for Cam Newton. Yes, I wanted to go with Minshew Mania at first because of the mustache and what he's done for the Jags, but Kyle Allen has taken this Panthers team to hope and survival in the NFC South.
And he's been a savage. Didn't he say something like, I'm not here to wear effing hats and scarves. I'm here to play football. Like, he really's
What I like
wild
villain
stuff.
QB.
Yeah, that's
All right.
fair.
Barry?
All right, and get my little thing going on.
He's working on it.
There we go.
It's like a masterpiece.
Art project
There we
here.
go.
I hope
Whatever.
this is what I think it is.
It's going to be pretty terrible, but hopefully you can.
Yes, that's what I was
gotta
hoping for.
Gotta go with the stash.
Gardner
my drawing is
Minshew?
terrible.
Have you been
No, it's
texting
good.
your teammates about him?
No, I mean I'm letting him do the thing down in Jacksonville, but I think he's been doing a great job, and he's not only just managing this team. I mean, he's not just let me dink and dunk and get it to Fournette. He's been taking shots, and he's been getting his offense in the prime position to score, leading his team. So I think he's done a great job filling in for Nick Foles.
David?
I'm big on grading on a curve. Like, I grade for expectation. Minshew Mania is incredible. No offense, Jags. I don't expect you to really contend for a Super Bowl or anything, but who will? The New Orleans Saints, and it's going to be because of steady Teddy Bridgewater. I mean,
calls
the
it
the Saints have everybody in that city. I heard it 15 times on Sunday afternoon.
right.
He is helping them immensely. This is a team with Super Bowl aspirations. If he's no good, it's going to fall apart while Drew Brees is gone. They're already 2-0. All they got to do is tread water till he can come back, and they're right back in the thick of the Super Bowl hunt. Steady Teddy is keeping their season alive. You got to give him props for that.
All right, I'll give you guys a break. I'll throw mine up here first
Do it.
for the best State Fair of Texas food. Can you read this? Southern fried chicken fettuccine Alfredo balls with a Z.
With a Z.
That's all.
Balls with a Z.
That's
I googled all the
Balls
things
with
to
a
eat.
Z.
There's me enjoying the fair. Woo! It's so fun. It's going on. It's going on
What a
until October
monster.
20th. There's so much to eat. If you've never been, there's a lot of
Barry's-
people not from Texas
Barry's
here.
never been.
What? You've got
How?
to take little man.
I got to.
It's
Take your
really
child.
good. Funnel cakes are
Let
always a
them enjoy
go-to.
food like the turkey leg. That is the only answer for me here. Yes, I didn't get a chance to try these confections that they build every year. They are unique and different, but it is the solid turkey leg.
We're going double turkey leg, Dave?
Yeah, you saw the young savage Taylor Stern biting into it a minute ago. It's turkey leg all the way. Fried Oreos are great. Not a big sweets guy, really more on the savory, and just munching on a turkey leg makes you feel like a caveman. I don't know, it's awesome. It's a lot of fun.
Very
on his test.
Yeah, it's for your boy. It's NA. You know, I've never
Come
been. So
on,
Bear.
come
I
on.
I've been here for 10 years now.
Seriously.
Gotta check it out.
You
What
have
year
to
did you get here?
go.
2010?
2010.
And you've never been to the fair?
Never been.
Come on,
This is
dude.
crazy.
Fix
I know.
it.
I know. I'm
You can
sorry.
sub
Let
out
you guys
golf.
down. I'm sorry.
Sub out golf one day
Ooh.
for the state fair.
Like,
Okay, last one. You would have blank if you were one of these ramp service agents at the
Oh,
airport.
God. I was-
Correctly.
Dave can answer what I would have done
laughed hysterically until you
until I cried is what I
yeah,
wrote
like
down.
you almost did right
So
there.
actually, my husband's a pilot. He immediately was like, "Wow, this is in Chicago, and there's a savior at the end who like flies in and crashes into this thing." That's all I got. Like, here he comes, bouch.
Somebody get out of there. They're all just standing around.
What are they gonna do, Dave?
I would run away. I don't know if we're doing
Oh my
fill in the blanks, but I would
gosh,
run
you
away.
would. I
would be in
Get the hell
fetal
out of there.
position.
Yeah. That
I
thing
would
is
be
dangerous. What are you
Laughing
doing?
until I cried.
It's absurd.
I'm with you, Dave. I'm running away.
Yeah, get the hell out of there.
You're taking me out.
No, exactly. I'm not.
Still have some eligibility.
I guarantee you,
I got kids.
if you're working on the runway of an airport, you're not making enough money to like risk your life on a runaway drink cart. That's insane.
They do have strong unions, though.
Well, hopefully they have good benefits if one of them gets run over by that thing.
Stop. I'm done. 2-minute drill
already
time.
getting-
Golly, all those drinks
All right.
just going to waste.
All right.
Here we go. 2-minute drill. Who do you guys need to heal up quicker? I guess for the Packers, it's probably not going to be Tyron, but Tyron or Michael Gallup, like who needs to get back faster to help out this team get some wins?
I don't think you can underestimate what not having Michael Gallup has done for the Cowboys. I think it's important. The answer is still Tyron Smith. We've seen what this team looks like without him. They weathered the storm pretty well last year. 2017, not so much. Cam Fleming is a solid player, don't get me wrong, but I don't buy it. I think they need
the
Tyron
reason,
back.
Dave, that I believe last week was such a struggle ended up being because of the battle up front, period.
Yeah.
I mean, you want to, let's blame Kellen Moore. Oh, Jason Garrett calling these plays. They were getting beat up front, period. Aside from Lyle Collins, I believe Lyle had a really good
Played
game.
well.
I'm talking to the man Broadman upstairs who watches every play, but Tyron Smith for me.
I'm going to go with Tyron Smith as well, but I won't sleep on Michael Gallup. I mean, his ability to catch 50-50 balls and contested catches proved to be vital these first couple games this year, but it's got to be Tyron Smith. I mean, we saw what happened when he missed before. I mean, it gets kind of brutal, so
It's dicey.
I got to stay with Smith on this one.
Yeah, that passing offense that I talked about earlier would not be the same unless Tyron Smith was in that offensive line. They are so about consistency on that offensive line. They've been happy to have Travis Frederick back. But guys, you are playing stronger defenses in these upcoming games, and that is what scares me without Tyron Smith.
So we all just agreed that it's Tyron Smith, but it sounds like Michael Gallup's going to be back at practice this week. So
Which helps out Amari Cooper in
absolutely
a big way.
helps out Dak, helps out Coop. So silver lining. Don't think you're going to see Tyron against Green Bay, but maybe
I just
you'll
want to see
Michael Gallup.
how Kellen Moore is going to work his offense now. How is he going to help out Cam Fleming and Dak Prescott without Tyron Smith?
Sometimes does it like blow your mind how fast players are asked to come back from surgeries and
Every
injuries?
single time.
Broken arm like
It's
the
been
2 weeks.
it's
like,
been 15 days.
since he
It's
was
been
under the
15
knife.
days since he had his knee cut open. It's
Dave
crazy.
was under the weather on
Medical
back injury
marvels.
for a year.
I still am, honestly. Should have felt getting up this morning sucked.
All right, we are done for the day, but don't worry, folks. We'll be back tomorrow as we get closer and closer to the Packers for a brand new episode, Cover 4.